This is Jessica A. She's a new patron on Patreon. She has nothing to promote. She's just happy to be able to help out. There she is. Thank you, Jessica A, for your donation. Very much. What the fuck is happening?
I want to try out this thing where at the end of every video I ask for a comment and video responses, and then I make a separate video where I respond to all of those. So stay tuned for how you can get involved in that.
You want, like, constructive discourse? What the fuck is happening?
I am non-binary, meaning I am neither entirely male nor entirely female.
Think that you're not, whatever.
And I experienced gender dysphoria, which is a feeling of discomfort caused by my gender identity being different from the gender I was assigned at birth.
Fair enough.
A trans guy I knew in high school used a metaphor to describe dysphoria, that it feels similar to wearing a really uncomfortable, ill-fitting outfit and being stuck in that outfit. I was feeling particularly dysphoric when he explained this metaphor to me, so I objected to how mild it made dysphoria seem.
It's not really a great comparison, but it's somewhat fitting.
I think overall it is a pretty good metaphor that gives a good, understanding of dysphoria to people who have never experienced it. With one addition, I think the uncomfortable outfit of dysphoria is more like a uniform for a job that's not yours, although everyone treats you like it is your job because you're wearing that uniform.
But that would be like social dysphoria, right?
That's social dysphoria.
Yeah. What? Kind of lost.
The cool thing about young me not entirely relating to one trans person's metaphor for dysphoria is that it gives me a good opportunity to mention that not every trans person's experiences with dysphoria are the same.
Fair enough.
And the experiences I talk about in this video are only my experiences, although some people may be able to relate to them. They're my experiences.
Are you gonna tell me what I should think about your experiences? Or are you just gonna talk about your experiences?
Here are a few things that make me dysphoric. My lack of a dick occasionally, fairly often, makes me feel dysphoric.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't really know what it's like to have a vagina, but you know, my dick's gotten me in more trouble than not, so.
My curves, my height, and small appendages.
Well, you know, you'll grow out of that someday.
My voice, although that one's getting better.
It is. It sounds like you're getting your voice ready. Here's a tip. Get a video game and scream your fucking head off, and then you'll damage your voice. And smoke a lot during the whole thing. And then you'll damage your voice, and then you'll sound more like me.
And being called by my dead name or wrong pronouns.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, you know, I can see how that would trigger a dysphoric feeling, but you know, you're never gonna stop that. So that just sucks.
Dysphoria is really tricky, and for a lot of people, there's no real way to make it completely go away. But I have a few ways of dealing with my dysphoria, including packing, which is when I stick a prosthetic penis in my underpants, which I would show you if I hadn't forgotten my dick at my parents' house 100,000 miles away.
You know, I gotta say, that would suck. If I ever left my dick at home, that would suck. I can identify with that event in your life. That would suck.
I've been taking testosterone for over 7 months to help alleviate dysphoria.
Well, cool. Good for you. That's awesome.
It might sound silly, but I have a particular pair of favorite undies that even if I just wear these under feminine clothing, they really help me feel less dysphoric, and I like these.
There's a little taste of that old awkward Milo. I'm glad she's still rattling around in there somewhere. I like new, like, confident, not constantly like stuttering on purpose Milo. But it is nice to see that playful young lad surface every once in a while.
And I think generally, like, underwear is a subtle change that you can make in your expression if you are living in a space where you can't play around with your expression a whole lot. It's a subtle thing that very few people will notice unless they look at your laundry that you can play around with and maybe feel a little bit more affirmed. So 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Sounds like a good tip. I mean, I'm gonna do that. It sounds like a good tip, you know, for those of you out there. Underwear. Who'd have thunk it? I would have never thought of that. Shit. Underwear. It's a good tip.
Another thing I do occasionally, but not often, is bind my chest. Usually to alleviate social dysphoria, and not because I have a whole lot of body dysphoria around my chest. However, binding does give me gender euphoria, and speaking of which, integral to understanding my experiences as a trans person is also understanding gender euphoria.
Fucking lay it on me.
Gender euphoria is a feeling of, ha, yes!
She's a fucking Iron Fist.
I get when I see myself with a flat chest, or when someone out in public calls me sir, or when T makes my voice drop to my fucking clit.
I love those clever little turns of phrases. Make me go.
I feel like there's a lot of confusion about non-binary dysphoria because there's seemingly not as clear of a solution to our dysphoria. If the solution to binary trans people's dysphoria is to be affirmed as the binary gender they identify as. I understand where this confusion comes from, but I also want to divulge some ways that I could personally feel affirmed as non-binary, to try and demonstrate where my experiences with dysphoria come from.
Okay. Lay it on me.
I think of my dysphoria as a balancing act between the traditionally masculine and the traditionally feminine. Because it's hard, if not completely impossible, to solely express myself in gender-neutral ways, considering how most things are traditionally gendered. I feel most neutral and affirmed when I can express myself evenly in masculine ways and in feminine ways.
Huh. Fair enough.
Individual cases of being called she by strangers don't necessarily make me feel dysphoric, but thinking that I am universally read as female does.
Yeah. You're never really going to change that. I mean, that just, you know, it is what it is. You know? I can see how that would suck. Huh.
Even though I am not a man, it can be affirming for me to be read as male in public because it is a sign that I am not being universally read as female.
Fair enough.
Being universally read as a cis man would also not be my favorite thing, because I would ideally be able to be read as any and all genders by different people.
So, fucking 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You're gonna have that. Alright.
Androgyny is a weird thing to quantify and strive for, because even if you are really androgynous and make a lot of people question what gender you are, there will still be people who read you as a gender.
Yep. You're gonna have that. What is happening here?
I most often see androgyny expressed as masculine attire on a traditionally feminine body, or feminine attire on a traditionally masculine body. Part of the reason why physically transitioning with hormones feels affirming to me is because I really like playing around with feminine expression.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're doing some permanent shit to your body just to play around with feminine expression. Like, that's a big decision.
I think I've been seen as androgynous when I was preteen and dressed really masculinely, but masculine expression just doesn't feel right for me. I think having a body that was more often perceived as male and being able to play around with femininity without being overtly gendered as female would feel really great.
Well, I hope that works out for you, because if it doesn't, there's really not much coming back.
At the same time, I don't hate all of the feminine aspects of my body. People have argued that I won't like being on T because it won't make me androgynous, it'll just make me masculine. It might make me be read as male more often than I'm read as female, which I think I could live with.
Still a lot of guesswork. Like, it's really not a lot of coming back.
Still, T won't get rid of all of the feminine aspects of my body. I look forward to hopefully being able to find spaces where I can safely sport a beard with a midriff-bearing top.
Well, you're gonna get looks. Like, you're gonna get looks.
I recognize that's a fairly socially unacceptable combination of body parts, but I think it'd be really affirming for me to be able to achieve that.
I don't really think I'd say that it's be socially unacceptable. It's just odd. Like, it's just odd, you know? You see a woman with a beard, and it's odd. It's unusual. Most people don't see that every day. You know, it's fucking odd. So, as long as you're willing to accept the fact that that's an oddity for 99% of the population, God bless. I wish you the best. What's happening?
If you have any thoughts relating to this video, leave a comment down below or email me a video response to the email on screen and in the description to possibly be included in a future video where I respond to y'all's thoughts.
That's cool. I'm probably gonna be too lazy to do that shit, but you know, it's on my channel. Anybody who wants to comment on it can comment on it. But that's pretty cool. I think the bad thing about it is she's probably gonna have to wade through more shit than she should have to. You know what I mean? She's probably gonna still get a lot of assholes, but hopefully that doesn't discourage her. Him, whatever. Hopefully that doesn't discourage him from continuing this course. That's fucking cool, you know. Like, and I hope that people can be not complete and utter fucking asswipes about it. I saw that this video had a lot of dislikes, and I was really curious as to why. I think it's just that it's Milo's video, but it's pretty cool. Like, I don't understand what the fuck's happening. Like, I think somebody's out there slipping people red pills. I think there's a concerted effort on the part. I think it's drug warfare. I think we've started drugging these people. I think all of the anti-whatever fucking people have started drugging y'all. I don't know. It's so weird. Like, it's weird. Like, Lacey Green, I could see Lacey Green being a fair weather kind of whatever. You know, she always kind of struck me as more with the tide type of person. But Milo's always been kind of a fanatic in my mind. You know what I mean? So this is way out of left field, but very cool. Like I said, I hope people cannot be assholes with this. This is pretty neat.
I want to try and encourage this conversation away from debating the validity of my transness, my dysphoria, or my choice to physically transition, and instead talk about your experiences if you think you relate to or can't relate to what it's like for me to have dysphoria, or how you think it's maybe different for a non-binary person to experience dysphoria from a binary trans person.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I kind of already went on my wrapping it up rant. That's pretty cool. Normally I wouldn't really have much to say about this. This would be a video that I'd go, and then not talk about it. But it's like Lacey Green, and then fucking Kezime, I think is how you say his name, the big dude with big beard. He's starting to get to be more of a fucking let's get together and all pull the same direction type of person. And now Milo's doing this and shit. Like, when's Riley gonna come out with some sort of I had it all wrong video? That's the interesting one. I wonder what Riley's doing today.
Titties.